Vlogtober, but Mummy doesn't know. So it's Monday morning. It's day 7 of Vlogtober. And she'll do this and then she'll realise that I've already done it before her. So let's see the time. It's 10 past. There's Mr. Spider. There are the birds. They flew away.
Good morning and welcome to day 7. I look terrible. I didn't have a very good sleep last night and we were so tired after we got home from Bristol. But we had an absolutely lovely day yesterday. And my plan today is to get some stuff done. I really want to get some of the stuff sorted that's been overwhelming me. So our kitchen has got stuff all over it. There's just stuff in progress, stuff that the kids are doing, stuff that I'm doing. And it all just needs sorting out because I just keep coming home and thinking, I really got to sort that out. So maybe if I sort it out, that'll be something I don't have to worry about. But before I do that, I'm also just passing up some pins as well because I might go to the post office today or tomorrow because just in case some pin orders come in today, I might go tomorrow morning. I wanted to show you a couple of bits that so we exchanged gifts yesterday when I met up with Gaynor and Cherie. And I wanted to show you what they gave me. Just trying to get a card out of the envelope. So from Gaynor, I got this lovely little card, which of course I love because it's yellow. A little card of awesome. And she gave me some beautiful soap. Oh, I stupidly have wrapped it all up again. 1 second. Okay, so this is a bit of a better setup because I can actually show you as I'm talking. So she gave me some beautiful yellow butcher's twine, I think that's called, which I love. I use this a lot actually. I really like this stuff. It's good for wrapping things. And she got me this beautiful soap, which I was calling posh soap, but she was saying it wasn't posh, which I believe she got in France. It's all beautifully wrapped. But look, that looks like lovely posh soap to me. How lovely is that? Oh, beautiful. And on it was one of her little handmade air drying clay tags. Ignore my nails, I know, I've got to stop biting them. And then this, she's calling a dodgy bag, which I'm sure, just like me, you will completely disagree with. But she made me a massive white bag with pockets and yellow poppers, which make that satisfying sound, and yellow drawstring, and a yellow internal pocket as well. And it's beautiful. And then she free motion embroidered a lobster. How incredible is that? It made my actually dodgy bag that I gave her look really bad. Oh, I just love it, love it. And then it was all in this beautiful felted bowl. Now I think this might be wet felted felt, which has then been sewn into a bowl shape, and it's just lovely. I really love it, and I think I know exactly where it's going to go. So thank you so much, Gaynor. I'm just gonna swap it all over and show you what I got from Cherie. Use all the mess on the table. As I said, I'm going to be sorting it all out. So Cherie makes these beeswax food covering things. So it's a great alternative to using things like cling film and plastic food coverings. So she's made me 3 of them. One's a circle, one's a smaller one, and one's a larger one. And you can use these to cover bowls. You can use them to wrap sandwiches and everything. They feel lovely and they smell like very, very mildly of beeswax, which is a really lovely sort of cozy smell. I'm so pleased with those. Forgot about this. West Country fudge. Ooh, I'm going to have some of that with a cup of tea in a minute. She made some of her makeup scrubs. So I've got 4 of those in beautiful colours, which is brilliant because that's something I really want to start using more of, is reusable pads for taking off my makeup. And then she has a very, very clever friend who does macrame. Now it's going to be very difficult to show you this, but this is a wall hanging and it's a star and it has all of the hanging bits like that. And I'm thinking this might look good in my bathroom. I've never had a macrame wall hanging before. I'm so excited. And then in here, this is funny. This is 3 Yorkshire tea bags, and it's a new type they're doing that is supposed to taste, I think it's supposed to taste like biscuits. So she bought a few of those for me and Gaynor to try, which I shall in a little while, maybe with my fudge. And then this is the beautiful card that she gave me. Isn't that lovely? So I was very thoroughly spoiled by Gaynor and Cherie yesterday. Well, I have made really good progress in the kitchen. It still doesn't look like 100% tidy and I've still got a couple of more bits to sort out, but I'm really, really pleased with what I've done so far. I now need to just go and sort out some laundry and put some stuff away upstairs. And then I am going to address the projects, the works in progress issue that I spoke about the other day. By the way, the other day when I was in my car ranting as usual, and I was saying, don't send me stuff. I didn't mean in any way to sound ungrateful to anyone that has sent me stuff. Far, 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 far from it. I really appreciate everything that I've been sent. And I want to be able to appreciate it by using it and having the time to use it rather than accumulating more and more stuff and then not being able to, is what I mean. So, I'm sorry if I sounded ungrateful. Nobody's sort of told me off or anything, but I watched it back and I thought, oh, ungrateful, spoiled brat, whinging. So I'm sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh yes, I've got to go and put laundry away, and then I'm going to come down and I'm going to share with you some of the situation that I have. So what my intention is to sort out the works in progress situation downstairs so that when I am going about my daily life and coming home from the school run or coming home from work or feeding the kids and doing homework and stuff, I don't feel overwhelmed by all of the stuff around me that I can see. So I'm going to sort it out, work out what I'm working on now, work out what needs finishing and soon, work out what doesn't matter so much, and just organise it a bit. So I'm going to go and do the laundry, then I'm going to put the camera down and show you. See me, and I think if I speak up loud enough you'll be able to hear me as well. I'm going to go through this really quickly. So I've been through the whole of downstairs, the kitchen, the hallway, any bags and in here, and pulled absolutely everything out that I can see on a daily basis. And I know it looks a lot, yeah, and it is a lot. So I'm going to go through and make decisions about what needs finishing right now. It needs to be finished to get it off of the needles, it's been there too long, or the hook, and move on. The things that can just wait for a bit and aren't stressing me out too much, and so on and so forth, and anything that needs organising. So let's go through it. This is a long-term project in here. Beautiful bag by Hannah out of Sheep's Alley, and this is my corner-to-corner crochet blanket in here. I'm not going to show you everything that's in all the bags because we'll be here all day, but a quick glimpse of my corner-to-corner crochet blanket. It's moss stitch and I love it, and it's all with minis, and I've also got tons of minis in here wound up ready to go. I haven't worked on it in a while. I always knew it would be a long-term project. It fits nicely behind the chair up here. That's not going to stress me out. It can stay out, and I will come to that when I like. This is another one. It doesn't really need to be out. It's actually a new ugly blanket. I've spoken about this on my podcast. Made using the tiniest of scraps that can't be used in other bigger projects. So I'm just tying them together, and it will just go together in any order. And I've got the hook in here, a beautiful bag by Suzanne. And yeah, it's just to be added to over the years. So again, that doesn't stress me out, but it needs to be somewhere easily reachable. So I've just got to think about where I want to put that so that I'm not tripping over it all the time. In here is my favourite jeans top, and what the situation with this is, I had stalled because I wasn't happy with the rib. I want to turn it into a purple rib and do a different type of rib. I'd also run out of the purple. My friend who bought me the yarn can't recall where she got it from and doesn't have any emails relating to it, so she couldn't tell me the exact colour or the dye-along. However, I've gone and found the two closest colours of the paint box yarn that it is this morning, and I've ordered a ball of each. They're only £1.68 each, so I figured I think I can live with it if one of them's wrong, and I'll either give it to someone or use it in another project. So the yarn is on the way, and when it arrives, this is going to get finished. This is a cowl that I'm making for Dan. This is a bit of a priority because I want to get it done in time for our anniversary, which is at the end of November, which I know is still a way away, but there's a lot that's going to happen between now and then. We've got birthdays and goodness knows what. It's over halfway finished, so, and I've already made him one of these, by the way, but he lost it. That's how much I love him. I'm making him another one. So I think I just want to get this one finished, preferably this week. So that is going to go on the sofa over there, and I'm going to work on it all week and get that finished. Okay. This is my Halloween socks, which are cast on because I'm an idiot, because I don't need any more socks on the needles. I was knitting on these yesterday in Bristol. They are beautiful, and I really want them because I want to wear them at Halloween. So I guess that's a priority then, isn't it? Because if I knit them, I can wear them at the end of the month. But can I really knit an entire pair of socks when I've only done this much of one sock by the end of October? So shall I give up on that or challenge myself? I'm going to put it on the sofa as a get the project done project. Whether or not that happens, I'm not sure, but that's where it's going. In here are my Strictly socks. I've got until the end of the year to finish these. Yes, although these are a project that need to be done before the end of the year, they're not a project that needs to be done this month or next. So I'm going to put that here. I will find a place where that won't stress me out, but I know where it is. Okay, the next one. I am making this here. I have seriously misjudged the size of it. I decided to make it because it looked like an easy, quick project, and I had the perfect grey. As you can see, it's coming out rather big. That's just the head. I've still got to do the body and the fins. I may need to order some more cotton for this. I need to check. So what I'm going to do, once I've got the cotton, it won't take me long at all to finish it. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be my to-do pile one. I'm going to check if I've got the cotton. And if I haven't, I will order some. But I'm not going to worry about that. There is no urgency. I'm just doing it for fun. I've got this book hanging about, which I'm going to go and put on my bookshelf upstairs. I really desperately want to make things from it. It's such a cute book, but I don't have the time right now. Although I might make Peaches the Triceratops for Phoebe's birthday. So that will go in my to-do pile as well, because what I might do is go and see if I've got the yarn for that. And if I do, I'll try and get that hooked up before the end of November. In here I have this is a lovely bag from Sandra at Cherry Heart. She gave me this when my dad died last year as a kind of, because she's just very kind, and sent me a little gift to get me through those hard days. Oh, I forgot about these stitch markers. Anyway, in here I had made my Memory Keeper's shawl, which is up there. And I've also made the Memory Keeper's hat, and I made it as a beanie, but I want to make it as the actual slouchy hat. You won't be able to see this, but that's it. It's patterned by Lena Knit. And I've got the remaining yarn from that little advent gift that Sandra sent me. I've got a neutral grey to mix it with, and my intention was to make that hat. and it's just sat on the side of the sofa, and I haven't made that hat. That is not a priority project, so there's no need for it to be stressing me out. I would like to do that, but at the moment I'm in no rush to do it. So I'm going to pop this away in the kind of when you're ready to work on it pile over there. In here, okay, if I remember rightly, yes, this is it's a Vogue Knitting Pattern Ballet Neck Tee. Sorry, I'm just doing it really quickly, and I've got a load of yarn to make it, but I've kind of fallen out of love with the idea of doing it. Not because I don't love the pattern, it's gorgeous, but it's just not something I feel like making at the moment. Oh, I've written down all my gauge swatches here. I think I was struggling a bit with gauge. I think that's why I stopped. And I'm going to leave that for when I'm ready to work on it, and if I change my mind in the future, that's fine, but I'm not going to let it stress me out any further, and I shall put those hooks away. This is Phoebe's Rainbow Leg Warmers. These do need to be finished. I want them to be done for her birthday at the end of November, so these are going on the sofa as a priority project. They don't need to be finished by the end of this month, but they do need to be finished before sort of mid-November time. Priority. I'm keeping these little stitch markers out. In here, this is an Eldenwood craft bag, and it has got Phoebe's Hufflepuff mittens on. I haven't worked on these in a while. I'm kind of making up the pattern, and I'm holding a grey double with a self-striping Hufflepuff sock yarn, which I had left over for making socks for Dan. The grey is this gorgeous, what's it called, this one? I can't remember what the grey is called, but it's lovely. So I'm holding it double to make the mitts, and I've got stitch markers here that I've now got all tangled up. So I'm going to have to unravel that. And I'm loosely basing it on the You're a Wizard mitts by Game of Crafting. I've made these before for Lilia in the Game of Crafting Gryffindor colour. It wasn't called Gryffindor, it was called something like Courage or something. So I want to get these finished for Phoebe's birthday as well. So that is something that needs to be finished by mid-November. It's going on the sofa. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 projects on the sofa now. This one doesn't stress me out. This is my travel knitting and emergency knitting. I keep this in my work bag and in the car if ever I go anywhere, just in case I get stuck in a waiting room or a queue or traffic or trapped in a building and unable to get out. They are just shorty-ish socks made with Craft House Magic yarn, and I'm knitting them, which I don't often do these days, on 9-inch short circulars. The heels are turned and I'm on the foot and I'm just working towards the toe. There's really not much left of these socks. Oh, I've got another set of DPNs in here. Brilliant. That can go with my Halloween socks. I can start the next one. So these don't stress me out in the least, and I'm just going to keep them in my work bag as I have been doing, and just do a little bit of knitting on them every time I get the time. Okay, so I'm chucking those over there, over the sofa and into the hall. I missed it, landed on the sofa. In here, my favourite bag with all my favourite pins, and I've got a new one on here now, my little yarn crab from Victoria at Victoria Knits. I've got the makings of my first sort of colour work project, which is the Spooky Mitts by Hannah, of Hannah from Sheet Sally. I made the first one, I need to do the thumb, and I need to make the second one. I've been put off slightly because I'm worried about the size of it. So what I'm going to do before I do the thumb is I'm going to block it, get a sense of how they fit Phoebe, because they're almost slightly too small for her. But if they're still looking slightly small, I might pick up some stitches and make them slightly longer in the arm. But seeing as the weather's really turned here and it's getting cold and she needs some gloves to ride her scooter, these do need to be finished, and it'd be great to have them ready for Halloween. So that's the 5th project to go onto the sofa. I'm going to have to make a commitment to doing this. Okay, the next one is this one, which I found recently and haven't done anything with in a while. This is a tube that I originally intended to do Afterthought Everything socks with, until I realised that if I tried to do Afterthought Everything socks, it would have to be for someone with extraordinarily small feet. But I'm going to make Afterthought either arm warmers or mittens. So I might cut in an Afterthought thumb. I'm definitely going to cut the tube in half and obviously add ribbing. Or I might just do them as arm warmers like that. so that I could wear one on each arm to keep my arms warm in the winter. I've got to do that, but again, it's not urgent, so that is going in the pile to work on. Do you know, it would be a shame not to do it because actually there's not a lot to do on that one. So I'm going to put it on the sofa to be done. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it in my Strictly socks to be done before the end of the year, but no rush on it. Oh no, this is a number 6 one for the sofa of doom. This is Dan's socks that I'm making him. The first sock I'm on the foot and the homeward stretch. The second one I haven't even turned the heel yet. I would like to get these done for Christmas for Dan. So I've got a fair bit of time to work on them. So I don't think they do have to go on the sofa, but they do have to go with my Strictly socks in that they need to be finished sort of by Christmas, the end of the year. The next thing I'm going to show you, but I am a bit worried that my girls might be watching this vlog. So girls, if you're watching, don't watch this next bit, please, because I don't want Phoebe to know. So just flick forward about 30 seconds, okay? And I'm going to show everyone else really quickly. So look away. I'm making this for Phoebe. I've got all the bits cut out and I've started to put it together. I've got my needles, I've got everything ready so I can sit and do the hand sewing. This has to be done by the end of, well, the end of November, which is when Phoebe's birthday is. But I also need to make clothes, so this is absolutely a priority. And it's going on the sofa. So that is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sofa projects. This is not a project, this is an aspiration. I bought this gorgeous yarn at the Southern Wool Show following my little colour work workshop with the intention of just making some colour work with it. I'm thinking I might even make some bookmarks. And the yarn bowl is a gorgeous yarn bowl from Jo, who is Pickle Lily, and she makes the most gorgeous yarn bowls and bags and sort of fabric toys. And it's got a little snap there so you can pull your yarn through, so it acts as a little fabric yarn bowl. And I've had that sitting on the side since I got back from the Southern Wool Show with the intention of having a little play with it, and I haven't had the time. So when I see it, it does kind of just stress me out a bit because I'm thinking I'm not doing it and I want to. So I'm going to put that to one side as one that I can come back to when I have the time, when the priority things are done. Right, the next one, living in my fabulous lobster bag by Mrs. Robinson, so I'm just trying to get that hair off, is all of the yarn that I have ready for my Ziggy Interrupted wrap. So I've got all my yarn chosen, and I had some very help, I had blah blah blah, and I had some help for some friends in choosing all this yarn, and very kindly Jodie sent me some as well that I could use, so that was really, really kind of her. It's all ready, the bag is ready, I've got the pattern, but I just haven't had the time to start it, and I'm really looking forward to doing it, and I don't want to get stressed out by it, so it's going to go in the when you've got time to do it pile. Okay, the other things I've got here. This is Cartref yarn, which is a beautiful Welsh yarn. It is a combination of Zoe from the Pins and Needles podcast and the lady behind Owl About Yarn, and they produced this 100% Welsh yarn in a range of lovely colours. I bought this at the, was it the Southern Wool Show? Yes, the Southern Wool Show I bought this, and this was my sort of special souvenir yarn of the day. And I also got this crazy pom-pom from another store, and I thought this is going to make a lovely cabled chunky hat, and I will love that. And I've just had it out in the kitchen because I just like looking at it just sitting there like that. And actually I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it next to the computer because even though I'm not working on it, I just like seeing it. Is that a bit weird, like using yarn as an ornament? Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I've also got a drawing work in progress. This is my nature diary that I started at the beginning of the year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you from afar, but it's got all things about each month. I've just been keeping notes, and I've got a bit behind with it. I think I've got up to June, and I started July, but I haven't actually done it. So I need to do July, August and September to sort of catch up with my nature journal. So that's a work in progress. I would really like to get some work done on, and I'm going to put that on the kitchen table with the intention of doing that before the end of October. Right, I'm going to sort this lot out.